When I came home, I noticed that the screen door was open like 3 to 4 inches, and I didn't think much of it. I was like, my mom probably left it open. She was probably watering the plants or doing something outside, and she probably didn't close it all the way. And as soon as I stepped inside and walked into my room, I noticed that my window was broken, like somebody had shattered it. And so that made me feel like something's wrong, something's a little off. There was a man knocking on the door, and I didn't know what he was doing there. I was like, what could he want? And when he was asking me questions, he was kind of peeking inside, trying to see who was in there with me. And that started making me feel really uncomfortable, and I started slowly closing the sliding door. He put his hand in the way, slid it open, grabbed me, and took me to my brother's room. He kept grabbing me, but I couldn't do anything, and I was just scared. And as soon as he was doing what he was doing to me, I started to cry. I was in pain, I was scared, and it was just the most horrific feeling I could have felt.
On June 6, 2003, 9-year-old Jeannette Tamayo returned home from school in San Jose, California, unaware that her life was about to be upended. As she entered her home, a dangerous man named David Montiel Cruz followed closely behind, bursting through the door. Cruz was a violent predator, and as soon as he stepped inside, the nightmare began. He attacked Jeannette's family, beating both her mother and brother, before turning his focus to Jeannette herself. With little time to react, Cruz handcuffed Jeannette, shoved her into a box in the back of his car, and sped off to a secluded home in East Palo Alto.
Closed the garage door and pulled me out. And he grabs me, throws me over his shoulder, and walks through a door. My freedom was taken away from me. I was captive.
Once there, he imprisoned her on the second floor, where her ordeal continued. Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos.
Okay, what happened to you? You thinking and you kids, but I can do anything. I can do anything. I don't protect my kids.
And just thinking to myself, I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna die.
Jeannette, only 9 years old, endured a terrifying few days of captivity where Cruz subjected her to horrific abuse. He threatened to kill her if she attempted to escape, instilling fear in her young mind. But despite the overwhelming fear, Jeannette remained remarkably composed. Instead of screaming or fighting back, Jeannette made a critical decision.
My brother and I would always watch CSI, Law and Order. That gave me hope. That gave me the strength. Either I'm going to fight to get out of here or die trying. I remembered what turns he was making. I thought to myself, if I do make it out of here, I can remember.
She would try to win Cruz's trust. It was an incredibly brave choice, especially for a child her age. She had learned from watching crime shows that sometimes appearing calm and cooperative could be a way to survive such horrifying situations. She engaged her kidnapper in conversation, speaking to him as though he were a normal person, rather than the violent criminal he was. Her calm demeanor began to have an effect on Cruz, who gradually let down his guard. He removed her handcuffs and even allowed her to move around the house freely at times. While Cruz tried to manipulate Jeannette, she was constantly observing her surroundings. She took careful note of where they were and any details she could later use to guide the police. It was a level of composure that would be extraordinary for anyone, let alone a 9-year-old girl. Her strategy of staying calm under pressure proved to be life-saving. Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos. One day, as they watched television together, Jeannette saw a segment about asthma tests. In a flash of brilliance, she seized the opportunity. She told Cruz that she had asthma and desperately needed her medication, or else she might die. Cruz, now seeing her as a cooperative and docile child, believed her. Realizing that his plans to hold her for longer could be complicated by a medical emergency, he decided to take her back to her neighborhood. Driving her back near her home, Cruz finally released Jeannette on a street corner, letting her go without realizing just how much valuable information she had stored in her memory. Once she was safe, Jeannette immediately contacted the police. Despite the trauma she had been through, she provided them with detailed information about where Cruz had taken her and the route he had driven. Jeannette's incredible recall led police directly to Cruz's hideout. The police acted swiftly, and within days, David Montiel Cruz was arrested. In the subsequent trial, Jeannette's testimony and her bravery were key factors in securing his conviction. Cruz was sentenced to over 100 years in prison for the kidnapping and abuse of Jeannette, ensuring that he would never have the chance to harm another child. Jeannette Tamayo's story stands as a testament to her courage, intelligence, and resilience. Despite being so young, she faced a horrifying ordeal and emerged as a hero, not only saving her own life but also helping bring a dangerous criminal to justice. Her composure under pressure and her strategic thinking are remarkable, and her story continues to inspire and serve as a reminder of the strength of the human spirit, even in the most dire situations. Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos.